Hello, goat. It's been great having little chats with you. How are you? And I want to say, one of the reasons I've not been available much. Give me a second. I've been suffering with extreme burnout from a very difficult life. And let me explain what I mean by that. I was working 9 till 6. That's long hours. But on top of working 9 to 6, I was also commuting at least 3.5, 4 hours a day driving. Hello, Jill. How are you? So lovely to see you here. So I was driving sometimes 6 hours a day on top of a 9 till 6 shift in a very toxic workplace. Very toxic. I was also trying to make content. We're going to meditate, goat, shortly, but I just want to talk about something. And I want to explain my absence. So that went on for a year. And even before that, I was always under the cosh. As I said, my previous workplace was very difficult. And the longer I've been out of it, the more I can see how much of a problem it was. And I read something recently, saw something, should I say, and it said, if you, in your workplace, spend 10 minutes checking over your email to see how this person's going to receive it, how that person's going to receive it. There's a name for it and I've forgotten it. But basically it means you're in a toxic environment because most of your energy is having to be squandered on managing difficult interactions with people. Anyway, but that's by the by. The reason I'm saying this is I also survived for that 1 year on about 4.5, 5 hours sleep a night that was broken and disturbed. I was exhausted and I didn't realize how much at the time, how very burned out I was, very burned out. And it's strange when you're going through burnout, or at least in my case, there was no lack of energy. Everything worked fine. I could do it. I was able to pull it all off. But then I stopped. I got made redundant. Thank God I got made redundant. And the first 3 months, I was absolutely beyond exhausted. It's like when I finally stopped, I realized how bad the situation was. I couldn't find any words. I've still got brain fog from it now, but it was very, very difficult. And I was meditating during the time. And I think that's the only reason I got through it. Otherwise, I would have had some kind of nervous breakdown. But meditation kept me stable. Yes. In fact, Jill, I remember you saying to me once, I went live once, and I think it was on my Substack. And you were like, are you okay? You're not yourself. And that was when it was really starting to hammer me. And it's taken me this long since March, really, March, it's taken me this long to start getting my head back together. And it's really coming back now. And more than ever, because I now live a very peaceful life. I'm working again, but I'm freelancing. And mostly I freelance 3 days a week. And those 3 days a week are from home. And nobody's hassling me. I work at my own pace. It's wonderful. So I've got all of this time that I didn't have. And this, although I had the intense driving and everything, I worked for that company for 12 years. Don't ask me why. 12 years. It was because good people were there at the time, good friends, but they slowly filtered away. And now I'm back like never before. So you're going to see, as I heal further, you're going to see the me before 12 years ago. So it's a me you've never seen. And it's a me who is so at profoundly deep peace that I hope to emanate some of that to you. And I was thinking the other day, I went for a walk in the forest and it was absolutely silent, a huge forest. I've just posted a short on it. And it was absolutely pin drop silent, barely a bird song even, which was strange. And a silence that I experienced for over an hour walking there that really permeated into the marrow of my bones. I could feel it. It awakened something. It was like, you've been away. It was as if it was speaking to me and saying, where have you been? And so I'm back. And boy, I can't believe it sometimes, how fortunate I am to be in the situation I'm in right now. And that's led me to something else I'd like to say. Because I've seen it with people around me, close to me, like my daughter, for instance. She's stuck in a situation, was stuck in a situation. She was stuck at home and she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be at home. She wanted to be with her boyfriend. And it went on forever, because it's so difficult for young kids to get work now. She was a recent school leaver. And it went on for about 7-8 months or so. And she was just stuck here, not wanting to be here because we'd moved. And she was like, it's like this forever. I'm trapped. And I said to her, you're not trapped. It's not like this forever. It seems like forever when you're in that dark tunnel. When we're in a dark tunnel, people say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't see that light. You do not see the light when you're in the darkness at all. 1 minute it's pitch black and it doesn't slowly come. You're in a situation and then you're out of it. And that's what happened to me. I was in that situation, then I was out of it. It's like an answered prayer. My daughter was in that situation, then bang, she gets a job. She's out of it. Like a day later, everything changes. And things change that quickly. And the Buddha teaches this. You see, impermanence, change, all of this, these are deeply, these are deep in the Buddhist system. This incessant change, how everything's constantly changing and how everything's impermanent. And we look at that, and when we first see that, we see it as a disaster because we instantly relate it to ourselves. It's a self-relation. And we go, wow, that means I'm impermanent. And that takes us to a very dark, scary place. But here's the thing. To not have impermanence is death, not the other way around. Because impermanence means movement and change. It's things flowing. There's a flow to life like this. For impermanence to stop, that's death. That's the end. So impermanence is what frees us. It's a beautiful thing. It means that everything is in a flowing state of change. And we're going to look at that when we meditate now. So, come into your seated posture. And we'll meditate for about 15 minutes or so. Lovely to see you on here. So, settle into your seated posture. Relax. And allow the eyes to gently close. Gently close. And maybe stretch your neck. Raise your shoulders up and drop them. A deep in-breath and a sigh. A deep release. Just come into stillness for a moment. We give too much importance to the things that happen out there in the world. And we give too little or no importance to the things that happen inside of us, in the world in which the outside world is created. This internal world puts the external world into perspective and puts it right in our own way. That doesn't mean that all wars stop. But we stop the war we have with the world. And if everybody did that, external war would end. Because that's just a manifestation of the war within. So we bring our attention inside. And we drop all of our weapons and we just surrender. Surrender to what is here. What is here for you right now? What's your mental state? Whatever it is, don't push it away. This is not about rejecting anything. People say, They can't meditate because their minds are too busy. You can meditate with a busy mind. Just don't get trapped in the busyness. See it from the vantage point of your real self, who you really are. A huge hedge filled with brambles isn't really a problem if we're watching it from the outside. The problem only lies when we're trapped in it. So come out and just watch. And then what's the state of the heart? Drop your attention into the heart now. Is there love? Numbness? Fear? We accept it all. We don't try to change it. The practice changes it over time, but only when it's been processed. We can't prematurely shut anything out of our lives, because that just buries it deeper. And if it's buried in darkness. Whatever's in darkness, we can't see. But it sees us and operates behind that cloak of darkness, interfering with our every moment. So allow everything to be in the light now, the light of your awareness, all your fears, all your joy, and if there are fears, we can hold them just the same way as we hold a small child. Holding ourselves tenderly, with kindness and deep love. We are everything. And nothing. And then just in the body now, allowing your awareness to meet the body where it's at. You may be feeling the breath. You might be feeling an ache or a tingle. What part of your body right now is showing you that you're alive? Meet that. And abide in the stillness. That sees it. And as we notice in the body, whatever it is that shows up, we can see change. An in-breath stops. There's a moment of stillness, and then it flows into an out-breath. An itch intensifies and then fades away. Pain even doesn't stay the same. It changes. And it moves. And it becomes something else. And all the time this is happening, someone is watching, feeling. It can feel as though this watcher is behind the eyes. The observer. Or maybe there's no location. It's a global awareness. But just connect deeply now with your real self, the observer. And sit serenely within that true self, the one who you really are, the untouchable one that can never be harmed. Sit serenely within that and watch your world unfold. You'll be pulled away from this grand throne over and over again. But just climb back on. And everything's just shadows and light. Binary, like a computer, on or off. And from this very simple structure of shadows and light, the whole complexity of the world is born. But we can, at each and every moment, step back out of the illusion into that grand throne and see that it's all just shadows and light. And that's not to deny the beauty of the show. In fact, from this perspective, the beauty intensifies enormously. And we can see almost as if the world is being painted in by some unseen painter. And it's all done just for you. And the deepest of paradoxes is this. It's all painted just for you. By you. My advice to you as we end this meditation is this. Pick a brighter color palette. Ditch the greys and the blacks. and paint everything in the colour of sun. Warm oranges, golden yellows, paint your world with beauty. And when you're ready, you can stretch, move, and allow the eyes to open. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. And I say I did because I'm as much a participant as you are. I have no idea what's going to happen when I sit here. It's very rare that I plan this out. Normally, I just sit. I make a time, I go live, and whatever comes out, comes out. And I feel there's always some kind of message for someone in there. And I don't mean that in a woo-woo way. Maybe there's a message for everyone if we truly tune into that. So we are the creator of our world at the deepest sense. And obviously I've been painting so much that colour and painting comes into how I see the world. And we can pick a much brighter palette. We don't have to make everything drab. Because we don't know. Remember what I said earlier about we have no idea when we're in the dark, when our palette's all black and grey. We have no idea we're just about to apply the next brush stroke. Painting's flooded with light. And the second that happens, all the darkness vanishes. And we never know when that's going to happen. It doesn't matter how dire our situation we feel it is. There's always hope, so much hope. And the greatest of those hopes rest in our ability to bear it all. We can be at such great peace with anything. So thank you for spending this time with me. You may or may not have taken a course I've done on here. It's 5 days. It's free, obviously. It's a video course. And it's on loving kindness for difficult days. And that's meant to, it's not something you just do and leave. It's meant to be a guide through your life. So when you're in those dark moments, it's meant to offer a hand through them. It's loving kindness, but it's loving kindness for difficult days. I will post that, not post it, I will attach it to the video, which you'll see. I never know which corner, but look at the end right now and you will see day 1. So do give that a go, and do all 5 days, because it gets more intense as you go along. and I really hope that helps. Thank you, Goat. It's been lovely chatting to you. Let me just look. Sorry, you've asked some questions. Your girlfriend broke up. Do you know something? That is so painful. Especially when you're young. You're young, aren't you? When you're young, that pain is unbearable. I remember one of my first breakups. It was my second breakup. I remember how painful that was. It was, oh, bless you. Oh, wow. You poor thing. You've got so much to learn. Can you imagine, though? I'm going to put something to you, right? Can you imagine, if you're 12, right? You're only just dipping the toe in the water. I think the great tragedy at your age wouldn't be a breakup. It would be for it to work out. Because you would never experience anything else. And you'd forever be thinking, what else is there? What's it like to be with someone else? So it's supposed to happen. But it's painful, and that pain will teach you so much. Don't get rid of it. Don't try to push it away. Just meditate, accept it into your heart, and hold yourself lightly. Put your arms around yourself. Give yourself a big hug. And say, everything that ends, and I believe this, things end to make room for better things to come into our lives. And if we look, if we're aware, it's there. But if we're in the fog of why me, we don't see it. So when we're heartbroken, the way to deal with that is to accept it, love ourselves, heal, and be open to all of the doors that surround us that hold bigger, brighter, better futures than the one we've just been in. Always, whatever we give up in service of our true selves, that place is filled by something deeper, more meaningful, more powerful and more beautiful. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. It's about over, but enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your life, and I will see you very soon, and I will put that video link right at the end here. Bless you. Well, I've subbed to you, and if somebody wants to help Goat out, give them a sub. But don't worry too much about that. You're only 12. Peace. Take care, everyone.